Binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free over at inspireddisorder.com/plus.
This is The Ray Taylor Show.
Magic Mike is the movie I'm talking about. I'm going to be reviewing this movie and then the sequel to that, as I do review franchises every week on Wednesdays. So Magic Mike 1 this week, Magic Mike XXL. I've never seen XXL, but I have seen Magic Mike. It's been a while since I've watched it. This is a movie that came out in the year 2012, directed by Steven Soderbergh, starring Channing Tatum. Matthew McConaughey is also in this film. It is a movie that is, I would describe it as a mix of the movie Training Day and male stripping. It is definitely about male strippers, but it definitely, and about like a rookie mentor kind of relationship in a lot of ways. People hustling, people doing things to try and make money. I'm a fan of Steven Soderbergh. I'm a fan of Channing Tatum. And this movie is, on the outside, I could see how people would be turned off by this movie because it's about male strippers. But it's like, Howard, it's about the reality of the logistics going into putting on a show of any kind. With every show, there's writing on some level, there's costuming, there's props, there's training, there's practicing, there's choreography. There's a lot of things that go into doing any kind of performance. And in this movie, you get to see that realized. You get to see that fleshed out, the logistics of putting on a male strip show. But you're also, that's not really what the entire movie's about. It's more about the main character, Mike, played by Channing Tatum, who is the mentor of this kid he brings in, who he meets on one of his many other side jobs to try and make money, to save money in order to follow his dream, being a furniture designer. He meets this kid on his construction job and offers him, runs into him later and offers him an opportunity to help out. And it's kind of about this kid who's a rookie getting into this lifestyle. It's also about Mike as a mentor to this kid, but also a guy who's trying to follow his dreams. He's trying to do something that's outside of all of these hustling that he's doing, being a male stripper, he's somebody that takes pride in the work he does. And as a dancer, Channing Tatum, also an amazing dancer. Don't get me wrong. All the dudes in this movie are gorgeous. They're good. And he's a great dancer, clearly. There's definitely great dance scenes with him in this movie. And it's fun. It's a fun movie. It's also got a little aspect of a romance between Mike and this new guy's sister, played by, of course I'm going to do this, Cody Horn, who I am instantly have a crush on. Also, this movie has Olivia Munn playing a character. Adam is the kind of the rookie. Matthew McConaughey is Dallas. He is the guy is the business owner of this strip club, and he's trying to start a new club in Miami, trying to take their show from Tampa, Florida to Miami, Florida, to try and elevate the club, to try and get it in the quote-unquote big leagues of male stripping. So all of these characters kind of have goals for the future. Maybe not Adam. Adam's just kind of existing. He's 19 years old. He's directionless, living on his sister's couch. This Brooke, played by Cody Horn. He's, and he finds the lifestyle's fun. The lifestyle's fun. It's easy money. They make big money. And you think of the reality of what it is to be a male stripper is you're entertaining a room filled of excited women. You're constantly surrounded by women who love everything you're doing. So it is very intoxicating. The money, the women, and of course drugs, and of course partying, enjoying your life at that age. I mean, in my 20s, in most people's 20s, that's when a lot of people go to college. That's when a lot of people kind of get their first taste of freedom, their first taste of independence. And when you add money to that equation, it can sometimes go wrong. When you have no direction, you're spending all your time partying, and money's involved, things can go bad. And part of this movie is about how Mike is taking on this mentor role, taking on this role to protect Brooke's brother, to protect Adam from the lifestyle and his successes and failures at doing that. There's also a lot of awkward moments in this movie. A lot of the dialogue of this movie feels improvised, which sometimes it's noticeable, which I don't know if it was. I don't know if it. I mean, it could have just been that those were the types of performances that Soderbergh was trying to get. Definitely, Soderbergh has gone to a place a lot of the times where it feels way more DIY in some ways. It feels very like put together. I mean, whether he's doing movies with using just an iPhone or like he's willing to experiment in a lot of ways. And I feel like the dialogue of this movie, a lot of the scenes feel very improvised, where sometimes it fails or it's noticeable anyway. It feels that it's improvised. And then other moments, it feels real, feels organic. Like when there's moments where Mike is talking with Brooke, there's this great sandbar. They go for a party on a sandbar, which seems like so much fun, which I would have absolutely loved. You go to the sandbar. It's like this mini island for you and your friends to hang out. You take a boat, you bring beer, you bring chairs, you bring food, you have fun, you hang out, and you just chill out on the beach, but it's your own like little private island. Absolutely looks amazing. I was in San Diego for my 20s, so we didn't have sandbar parties. Definitely like has that beach vibe, but it's like your own private island kind of a thing, which makes sense for Florida, I guess. Florida has that the mentality of everybody acting like their own private little island. But there's like, they have conversations while on the island that feel authentic. Like it feels like two people having a conversation where there's clearly some chemistry there, where there's like some just like, just trying to figure each other out. I enjoyed all of that stuff. I enjoyed the chemistry between Channing Tatum and Cody Horn in this movie, Mike and Brooke. Absolutely love that. Let's take a little break from the show to promote. I have Inspired Disorder Plus. Would you feel good about donating $5 a month to an artist that you want to support? $5 a month is not much, less than a price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks. A lot of people would probably say, yeah, Inspired Disorder Plus, people can go, and for $5 a month or $50 for the year, you get access to all of the old podcasts that I've ever done, like 10 different podcasts, hundreds of podcast episodes. You also get access to like special deals. So if you do want to collect my artwork, you get discounts on stuff. Watch this show, binge the full week ad-free for $5 a month. Like you get benefits for the $5 a month or $50 a year. So it's not like you're just donating $5. There's something, you get something for that. Would you feel good about donating $5 a month to an artist that you want to support? A lot of people would probably say, yeah. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus and become an Inspired Disorder Plus member today. And now let's get back to the show. And it's, it's like kind of like this love connection where she's in a relationship. I think she's like engaged. She's works at a hospital. Like she's got a regular, normal life. And now her life is being invaded by this completely different type of lifestyle with Mike, and then now her brother being put into that lifestyle. And seeing, obviously, the friction that comes from that. But also she's seeing how there's layers to Mike. How it's like he's definitely older, He's I don't know what his character's age, but let's just say he's close to 30. You know, old for having that kind of older for having that kind of lifestyle, but he's got dreams, and she realizes that he's got dreams, that there's more to Mike than just partying. There's more to Mike than just being a stripper or to hustling. That he's into other things, and he is into other things. It's kind of like he's at the tail end of him living that lifestyle, living the lifestyle of partying, of drugs, of women. He has Olivia Munn is kind of like his regular hookup, where they regularly get a third person to join them. And like you see how that relationship between Mike and Joanna, played by Olivia Munn, how they're kind of, you know, their casual relationship where they bring a third woman or second woman in, like how that kind of changes when Mike starts having feelings for Brooke. So it's kind of like a transition point for Mike, where he's transitioning out of this life and trying to follow his dreams and trying to do it legit, and seeing how difficult it can be to do legit when all you've done is under the table type of work. When you don't have the credit, when you don't have the regular person 9-to-5 kind of backstory that you would need to get like loans from banks and to start a legitimate business and all of these things. And trying to fulfill your dreams, not only with the institutional hurdles that he's facing, but also just social hurdles with, you know, leaving this life that he has and all of the kind of sticking points that come along with that, all of the things that you can get sucked back into. Like when Adam in this movie starts to do extra hustling on the side, starts to deal in pills, and how brazen and unresponsible Adam ends up getting both him and Channing Tatum's character in trouble, him and Mike in trouble, and how he has to pay for the faults of other people, for the mistakes of other people, despite that money being put aside for his dream. Right? You see Mike giving what he's put aside for his dream to help this kid who's done really nothing, who's going to be the person to replace him. He's going to be the person that he's like passing the torch in a lot of ways to this kid. Mike passing the torch to Adam. But also he has this connection to Adam, not only because they're friends, they become friends, but also because of his attraction to his sister, Brooke. So you have all those pieces going together throughout this whole thing. And it's fun. It's got some funny moments. It's obviously, I said, got some great dancing, good drama, some, you know, romantic stuff. There's some sexy stuff. The other dancers are kind of funny. You don't really get to know them very much, but, you know, some of them are like way older. Like the guy that plays Tarzan is like barely in it. You know, he overdoses himself on GHB just because, and apparently not the first time. You know, you kind of get to see all of the different types of people that may have been attracted to that lifestyle and maybe hung on to that lifestyle a little bit too long. And probably one of the reasons why Mike has the exit plan, has the plan of something to do, the bigger dream that he wants to go and fulfill. Let's take a little break from the show to promote The Many Faces. That's right, I am also an artist. I do ink paintings on paper of abstract faces. A new face, a new painting gets released every single day over at inspireddisorder.com. So head on over to my website to purchase original artwork directly from the artist. Also, there are prints available for select images. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com, buy original art, buy prints if that's your jam, if you want 8x10 prints on high quality paper. Also, if you're looking to wear some art, there are shirts available
with original artwork by myself. Select faces from the many faces are also available in t-shirt form. You go to inspireddisorder.com, you buy original artwork, you buy prints, you buy shirts. You're supporting an artist directly. And if you're the type of person that likes to invest in NFTs, there are also NFTs available for select faces. Go to inspireddisorder.com now. And now let's get back to the show.
So I enjoyed all. I mean, it's like it's a great drama. It's a lot of fun. You know, it's a movie about somebody who's trying to fulfill a dream that's completely different than his life is at the moment. You know, McConaughey's great as the owner and fellow dancer. You know, it's probably, you know, it's almost like a role for McConaughey that's just like a combination of a lot of his other roles in a lot of ways. It's just like an amalgamation of what McConaughey's career is as an actor. And also it's, you know, the story about passing the torch from Channing Tatum's character kind of being on his P's and Q's, understanding how to work the systems, how to do the things, how he's like a pro at all this stuff, but wanting to get out of the game, and passing that torch to Adam, who's the new kid who's excited about this new thing, making money and doing all the things and living a life, having financial freedom, getting out from, you know, under his sister's wing. And then also the love story between Mike and Brooke, which I appreciate. So I enjoyed the movie. I really did. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to see Magic Mike XXL, which I'll talk about next week. I see where it goes. Is Mike and Brooke still around? I don't know. Mike at the end of this movie left stripping. Right? The club's moving to Miami. He had to pay the debts of Adam. Like he's kind of cut the cord in a lot of ways to do the thing. And, you know, it ends with him having the conversation with Brooke at the table. She's clearly like, she left her dude, you know, she's realized that wasn't something she was into. And it's like a sweet kind of like, the end of this movie is the beginning of their relationship. So we'll see if that is even still intact. I would assume so, unless part of the next story is like, oh, what happened to the relationship? It went bad. It could just be explained off in a line or two. But it'll be interesting because, you know, all of the signs at the end of this movie are pointing at the fact that Magic Mike is done with that lifestyle. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe McConaughey's like, hey, we got a good thing in Miami. I'm gonna fill you in. You know I was said 10%, and then I cut you down to 7%. I'm sorry. How about we go in on this 50-50, right? Maybe he gets a better deal with McConaughey to bring him back in. There's a lot of things that were pushing him out. So I'm interested to see where it goes in the next movie. But it's fun. It's a good, solid movie. And, you know, I never thought I'd be into watching people dance and perform well is like fun to watch regardless, right? I could be a straight man and watch a bunch of dudes dance well. And Channing Tatum, he's a good dancer, you know? So I'm all for it. I enjoyed the movie. I'm excited for the sequel. No desire to see the reality TV show that they did, but I'm definitely looking forward to the sequel, which I heard is like not directed by Soderbergh, but he kind of directed it, like he helped the director direct. I don't know. I feel like I heard that he had a lot of influence on it, so I'm hoping it still has that same vibe of Soderbergh. But and I've heard it's people really like the second one better even. So I don't know. We'll see. That'll be next week though, next Wednesday. Magic Mike XXL. But check out Magic Mike. They're both on, I believe, HBO Max right now. Check it out.
New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at inspireddisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at inspireddisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
bitch!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.